everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're joined by Northwestern head coach Chris Collins. We'll start with an opening statement and then take questions. Coach?
All right, guys, before just got some great news. Heard our women's soccer team won. I knew they were playing tonight. I was already fired up, about field hockey going back to the national championship. I know that they got the Tar Heels on Sunday, so hopefully we can go back to back. Great day to be a Cat, and fortunately we did our part. Wasn't the prettiest game. A lot of mistakes, I thought, by both teams, but part of it was the defense on both sides was really good. Their defense was outstanding, and so was ours. And we won the game with our defense. That was a team that scored over 110 points, in their last game. To hold them to 52 points and 8 for 35 shooting from three. That's definitely our identity and our calling card. We had to fight through a lot of adversity. We did not function well offensively tonight. I got to help our guys. I got to be better with that. But thankfully, Boo Booey, was able to save the day on that end. We faced a lot of game pressure at 53-52, just under 4 minutes. Seemed like they had all the momentum. We seemed really tired. We had lost Julian to an injury. Chase was cramping. There's just a lot going against us. And, we had amazing respect for this team. This is a team that was predicted to win, is predicted to win the Horizon League this year. They got a Player of the Year candidate in Godfried. Their guards do an outstanding job, and they got shooters all over the court. So we knew this was going to be a dogfight tonight. We approached it that way, especially coming off a road win the other night, and it was. And really proud of our guys to dig down two just huge shots from Boo. When it got to 53-52, his floater in the lane, we ran a little set to kind of get him to be able to drive and either get a foul or get to the basket. He scored. Then we came back down the next time down and kind of got a switch we liked, and he was able to bury a three. Those were 5, I just thought, huge points to put us up 6, and then we held him scoreless. That when the last 4 minutes at 53-52, we hold them, it's a 7-0 run to finish the game. So really good win. We got to do our best. We're going to be hitting the road, going to Mexico, leaving on Sunday, chance to compete for a championship. And we know we got another really tough test ahead of us against Liberty on Tuesday night.
Take questions. Middle.
Coach Bowie had 28 tonight, nearly a career high. What did you see from the senior? And when he's playing like this, kind of what's the ceiling for this team?
Well, it was just one of those games, guys, where no one else could really get going, and it was just one of those games where he had to take it upon himself. And, that's what happens sometimes. And with a good player, like I said, Chase was cramping up. You could tell he was laboring. He didn't really have his legs. We couldn't really get Ty going, couldn't really get Robbie going offensively. We missed a lot of opportunities, I thought, points off turnovers that we have to be able to do a better job of. And, Boo just, played like a star player, and being a senior, he's been through a lot. The games like this, he knows, there's a sense of urgency when you're a senior, and he's been a 4-year starter. He's had some really good times. Obviously, we've seen some incredible lows at times too. And, that's where you really dig down when you're a senior, and he willed us tonight. It was really fun to watch. Super proud of his performance.
Coach, you talked after the Chicago State game about how much their physicality kind of kept the team from getting into offensive sets. Can you talk about the on-ball pressure that Purdue Fort Wayne had and how that kind of made it difficult?
Yeah, no, I thought those guys were fantastic on the ball, both Chong Kui and Morton Robertson, those little guys. And they're tough, man. They're like 5'7", 5'8". They get up underneath you. They're strong. They're quick. They're really hard to screen. So even like when you come up and try to set ball screens, they're so shifty and so quick. It was hard to get those guys off our guards. And, that's where, we tried to get more. I thought we got very stagnant at times. I thought I was very disappointed in our lack of movement, where they were able to just form a wall, pressure the ball, and then form a wall with the other guys. And we got to be better, and I can help the guys out with that. We were just kind of in survival mode at that time, though. You're in a dogfight, and you're trying to find some things, when it's not going well. How can we get some baskets? And the one guy we had going was Boo, so we just really tried to call his number. But give Fort Wayne a lot of credit. I thought their defense was fantastic, and their pressure bothered us. And this will be a really good film for us to use against teams that try to do that.
You're obviously going to Cancun. I think you're playing. You can play all of them potentially on Wednesday. You're playing Liberty. You're going to compete at the top of the ASUN, and Purdue Fort Wayne at the top of the Horizon League.
Yeah.
What do these kind of multi-team events allow this team to grow in the
Yeah, I mean, not only grow, but get some resume wins. That's what I told our guys. I said that Fort Wayne team, they're going to win 20 plus games. There's no question in my mind. And then there's a good chance you might hear their name called on Selection Sunday. So when you look at that at the end of the year, and you look at we've now gone on the road and beaten a Big East team, which was important. You've now beaten a team that has a great chance to win their league. They're going to have a good, whatever the metrics everybody uses, the Ken Palm, the RPI, whatever, the KPI, whatever we're using now, the net rankings. But Liberty's the same. They're a program that has been incredibly successful. They have one of the best guards in the country. That is really tough to stop. And I haven't had a chance to really dive in because I was really nervous. Not nervous. I was really concerned about this game. I was excited to play, but as a coach, you kind of know when a game is going to be tough. And I knew this coming off us traveling, getting home late. The kind of the excitement of winning that Gavitt game, and then playing a team that was going to be rested, ready, and really hungry to try to get a win over a Big Ten team. I mean, you guys look around the country, look at some of these scores. Teams like this go in and they beat teams. And when the game was on the line, there was 4 minutes to go. Our guys refused to let that happen, and for that I was really proud. And now we just gotta. It's fourth game in, so we got to get better. We got to get better. Fortunately, our defense is elite right now, and we got to continue to have that. That's our calling card. That's our identity, and we have to continue to evolve offensively and learn how to get other guys to kind of help out with Boo, with Chase, so we can more like what we had at Georgetown. I thought we were very balanced in that game. Tonight, not so much, and that'll be on me and the staff to kind of figure things out on that end.
Start to the back.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned defense being elite this game, and we definitely saw that. But also one thing that definitely was a struggle at the end was foul trouble. What are some plans going forward to try to limit, especially for guys like Robbie who've got to stay and play through?
Yeah, they just have to be smart, because you're going to play aggressive. What we talk to those guys about is you can't have any silly fouls, because they're in the course of a game, those guys are going to pick up 2 or 3 because you're playing against really good guys that know how to draw fouls. But then if you set a moving screen, or if you get a silly over the back call, or if on a loose ball you kind of push somebody, now all of a sudden you got foul trouble. And so that's just those guys being smart, understanding we need them on the floor. And then to continue to develop other guys. Guys, we won the Georgetown game. A big reason was our bench. Brooks, Julian, and Matt were fantastic in the Georgetown. Robbie, Boo, and Chase were 3 for 18 at halftime, and we were only down 2. So tonight was a game where Boo had to carry us, and that happened. But hopefully as we continue to grow and evolve, if guys do get in foul trouble, some of these minutes that some of these other guys are getting, and then continue to try to work our freshmen in. I'm not down on those guys. They got to continue to come to practice and get better and be ready for their opportunities, because I think there's roles for them as well as we move forward.
Coach, you guys are 4-0. Entering Cancun, how do you think this team is playing kind of relative to the expectations you had, not only preseason, but also as you go forward for the rest of the year?
Well, I was optimistic because we had a lot of guys back, and we have great camaraderie. We have 5 of our top 7 guys back that have, with me, we've played a lot of games together, and if you look at it, even last year, and we talk about it, we weren't able to take care of a lot of close games. But, we go 500 last year, and we had 11 games where we lost. So we were pretty darn good last year. We just didn't close some deals. And now you got 5 guys back from that team that have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they've really embraced the grit. Our defense is ahead of our offense right now. There's no question about it. But you're seeing in a game like tonight, a defense can win you some games, when the offense isn't clicking. If we weren't defending at a high level, we would have lost by double figures tonight. And because what they were doing to us defensively, and we couldn't throw it in the ocean. So we have to continue to have that be our calling card, is the defense. And then we have to continue to improve offensively, which I know we will. And I can help with that. That's something that I can do a good job kind of helping as I'm learning this team more. What can we do to get some other guys into the mix and take advantage of that?
Any more questions for Coach Collins? That will wrap us up for tonight. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
guys, we have Boo Buoy, Matt Nicholson up here. We'll open up for questions. Alex?
Boo, you finished the first half with 9 of the team's 11, and you closed the game with the team's final 10 points. Can you just talk through what you were saying at the end of the game? And Coach Collins said that you just kind of had to win it for the team because shots were falling elsewhere.
I mean, yeah, my shot was falling, and you know my teammates and the coaches kept trusting me to go out and make the right play, and I was fortunate enough to just go out there and make some shots and help my team win the game. But if it wasn't for them getting me open and setting good screens and just trying to find me and keep believing in me, it wouldn't have been possible.
Next question. Middle.
Matt or Boo, either one of you. Coach Collins talked about your defensive efficiency and how it's been much better than last year. Could one of you talk about that and what you've been working on?
Yeah, so, in this offseason, we've been just really focused on being a defensive-minded team. Defense wins games, defense wins championships. And at this level, once you get a lead, especially late in those last 4 minutes, we were up 7 or something like that. They kind of cut it to 3. But, we said we're up, we have the lead. Don't worry about shots falling. As long as we get stops, they can't win. We have the lead, and if they don't score, there's no possible way they can win. So, that's what our last 4 minutes really came down to. And I was fortunate enough to hit some shots. But, just this year, we really take pride in our defense. That's what we want to be known for. That's what we do in and day out.
Middle.
Now, you had 2 more blocks tonight. One of them really thunderous. Just kind of what's your feeling when you get a block like that, lift up the Welsh Ryan crowd? And you also talk about kind of your role coming off the bench, trying to bring that energy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do see myself as one of the energy guys of the team. Coming in off the bench, I just try to do anything I can to kind of give the team a second motor, second wave of energy pushing us. So anything I can do, a block, a dunk, diving on the floor, any of that kind of stuff, I just look to try and do that. Anything I can do that would help.
Yeah, Matt's energy is awesome. Every time he comes in, he's playing super, super hard, which we need, and he's on the glass and he's defending and blocking shots. So this year, Matty has really stepped up and took a level to his game, and it's been really good for us.
Right here.
Y'all got a big road win earlier this week, and then obviously a big defensive performance today. What kind of momentum does that give you heading into Cancun, especially when you're going to play some quality teams?
Yeah, so this was the start of it, and there's 2 games still left out there in Cancun that we want to go get, and we want to win a championship. We're not satisfied here, 4-0, but we're still hungry. We're still the same team that no one believes in, and we're going to keep that chip on our shoulder and go out there and compete our A's off every night.
Back.
What are you guys looking forward to in Mexico?
Looking forward to winning the championship.
This is the basketball.
Basketball. It's a business trip.
Any more questions? I'll wrap us up. Thank you.